That was a weird call. He just disqualified him when I think that he should have stopped it because of a TKO.
Celestino Ruiz told him, that's it, I'm stopping it at a disqualification. Then he went over to the judge and said disqualification after that low blow. But it was supposed to be stopped regardless.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that low shot, but he hit him low again on the way in.
All right, let's talk. So let me tell you a story about the early 2010s. Max Kellerman, who's on the commentary team right here, low blow, and it's intentional. It's intentional. And the referee's like, all right, let me turn it up so you can listen in.
He says that's it. Helenius looks to him. And I guess that was it.
Sometimes you can't tell intent, but the type of shots that Kownacki has been landing low, it's clear to see that these are intentional low blows. He's looking for a way out. He doesn't want to go out on his back. He doesn't want to be stopped, so he'd rather get disqualified.
Yeah, I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is, I used to be a real big Robert Helenius guy because I used to be listening to Max Kellerman on HBO. Like, who is this Robert Helenius he talking about? So I started going on YouTube. Now, if you watch his earlier fights, he had some bounce to his step. And if you've seen the body work tonight, you would think like, damn, you know, where was that at before? But he's always had that. And obviously, well, if you don't know, he's 37 years old now. So, you know, a little bit long in the tooth. And, you know, don't move like you used to, even though he's still around the same weight he was years ago. Well, anyway, he was destined for some great things, had a couple of injuries, you know, the Derek Chisora thing happened. And also he had some issues with his promotional company, who I think was Silent Promotions at the time. Look at the eye of Adam Kownacki. But this is another fighter that I'm just going to go ahead and say I was never high on Adam Kownacki. Yes, an exciting fighter. He could put butts in seats in regards to the Polish fan base. But you know what really caught me off guard? When I was watching the PBC Fight Camp or the PBC Countdown episode for Kownacki versus Helenius 2. And my man made his wife his chef. Or was she just the chef? Was she the chef and strength and conditioning coach? Well, anyway, he came in weighing the heaviest of his career. And it's like, all right, bro, let's listen into the particulars.
By way of technical knockout, the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius.
Back-to-back knockouts for Robert Helenius over Adam Kownacki, this time with more emphasis. Let's go to Bernardo Osuna. Bernardo.
Here with Robert Helenius. It looked like you were on your way to a stoppage win. It was the low blows that finally ended the fight. How did you feel about your performance tonight?
No, I was good. Thank you for asking. Either way, it would have gone stoppage. I have very hard hits on him. He didn't have any on me, so, you know.
How did sparring Deontay Wilder benefit you tonight? How did sparring Deontay Wilder benefit you tonight?
Good, actually, because I had to stay awake. Otherwise, he would have knocked me down.
All right, now you're the mandatory for the WBA. Do you deserve that title shot against Alexander Usyk?
I hope so.
Thank you very much. Guys, we send it back to you.
Thank you.
Man, a few words. Robert Helenius.
Let me explain
speaking
this
softly,
heavyweight situation
big
by the WBO, and hopefully they get us some highlights. Let me explain this shit here, all right? Robert Helenius was the WBA gold champion. The WBA gold belt didn't have any definition. If you don't know, the WBA was forced to consolidate and get rid of all of their belts. So the interim champions were ordered to fight the world champions, and then the world champions, you know, if there's no interim champion, are ordered to fight the super champions. And sometime, yes, for real this time, within the next 2 years or so, because they've been forced to, we'll see one WBA champion. So it's a real funky, by the way, the crowd's starting to fill out nicely there at the T-Mobile Arena. That's why I never really got in the ticket sale talk. People saying, it's going to not be no people. I was never really interested in that. Well, anyway, so let me explain it to you. From my understanding, Daniel Dubois is supposed to fight Trevor Bryan. Then the winner of that has to fight Kownacki was getting beat up in there, bro. Like, just clean, hard punches. Like, I don't, like, even if it wasn't for the knockout, he was going to get stopped. I mean, for the disqualification, he was going to get stopped. But, and I would have rather the referee had, TKO'd him instead of giving him what he want, disqualification. But a disqualification is still shameful, especially when you're doing it for intentional, like, low blows for dumb shit. By the way, here's a part of the broadcast team for the night. Here in the States, for people don't know, at.of, Max Kellerman, Sean Porter with a press conference earlier. We're going to be uploading probably tomorrow. The times are down below in the description box. I've had a rough week, court, and, so people were like, why did you miss the weigh-in? Did this motherfucker have a motherfucking coma again? No, it's just been real, real hectic. So what I was saying was, the WBA situation is a mess. So, and then you have Manuel Char, who's a champion in recess. So I'm guessing we're going to see Daniel Dubois versus Trevor Bryan to unify the interim title and the world title. Then the winner of that has to fight Robert Helenius. And then the winner of that will be ordered to fight Alexander Usyk. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. You see what I'm saying? But still, good to see Robert Helenius, still out there making moves, man. Like, overall, a good fighter. You can see how, guys like, who was it? Jared Washington, right? That was a shocker to me that he lost to Jared Washington. Guys like Jared Washington and, of course, Dylan White beat him. But overall, he's a very, very good, dangerous heavyweight, and his motivation, is building back up again. He's not just no journeyman, no underdog, as he said. So with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, get ready for the next fight. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.com. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Put some links down below in the description box for the WBC channels app powered by the Vive network for Roku, Android, and Apple. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.